what are some of the areas that could be heaviest hit in that initial pullback? And then on the back half of the year, if you will, the mullet trade, as we've heard it talked about in the past, where that could initiate even more interest from investors.
So what could get hit? I think pretty much all areas of the market are going to probably feel the pain under that, getting us to like 58 quarter figure. So I wouldn't be freaked out in getting out of the market. I'd use that as actually a buying opportunity. And so what I would turn your question around and say, what areas of the market do I want to focus on? I want to focus on, I think, what's going to work. If we have a slowing economy, people generally try to grow the value of their portfolio. So how are you going to do that? So communication. So I'd look at things like Netflix and Google or Alphabet on any kind of pullback. In the consumer discretionary, I'd look at Amazon, and then I'd take a look at RCL, which is Royal Caribbean, has done extremely well, but I wouldn't be buying it here. I'd wait for a little bit of a pullback. Finance, I'd take a look at the money center banks. I don't think the regional banks are going to be sort of doing as well as they have done. They rely too much on demand growth, loan demand growth. So I think the money center banks, and I also would take a look at like an insurance agent like AJ Gallagher. In industrials, I take a look at something like United Rentals, which is getting hit today, but I don't think it's time necessarily to be buying that. If you want to do a little bit of buying into United Rentals now, I would say just add a little bit and wait for a little bit more of a pullback. I'd also take a look at Eaton, ETN, and then I'd take a look in the technology space. And so what I like in technology is Salesforce reported a great quarter, well, I guess a pretty good quarter, we could say, but very optimistic about their new products. And then I take a look at Arista Networks, ANET, which has done extremely well, demand for servers for the data centers. So those are my areas of the market that I take a look at. I wouldn't be buying it now, but I think you have to make a list. Just like going to the grocery store, you have to be prepared as what to buy.
Right.
So that's what you need to do. You have to be prepared, you have to have a list, and you have to look for bargains when they come up.
Certainly. Bob, thanks so much for taking the time here, laying out some of the bargains that you're going to be watching out there in the markets.